Hello, my name is Trinity from Trinity Educational Mission, and I explain the latest research in simple ways. Have you ever been in the same room with your child, talking and spending time together, but somehow it feels like your hearts are far apart? You're clearly interacting, but the connection feels off, and your child seems to get more and more frustrated. In moments like that, you might find yourself wondering, what am I doing wrong? Today, let's explore the question together through recent research. The study I'm introducing today is a review study that brings together many different research projects on child-parent relationships. Instead of relying on just one experiment, it analyzes over 50 studies conducted by various universities and research teams, drawing out common conclusions. The key question the researchers asked was, how do parents and children actually connect? To answer this, researchers observed parents and children interacting. They didn't just look at words and actions, but also facial expressions, eye contact, tone of voice, and even psychological responses like heart rate. In other words, they examined not only what we see on the surface, but also what's happening inside the body. And they asked an important question. When parents and children are truly connected, what's happening in that relationship? The results were fascinating. When parents and children were in sync, it wasn't just that conversation flowed well. Their responses actually began to align like a rhythm. When the child smiled, the parent responded by smiling. When the child was focused, the parent followed that flow. Even their levels of tension and psychological responses started to influence each other. Researchers called this biobehavior synchrony. Simply put, it's like the parent and the child are sharing the same emotional rhythm. You know those moments when you're talking with someone and you think, wow, we're really clicking. The conversation flows naturally and you even laugh at the same time. That's exactly what can happen in a relationship with your child. But here's something important. Synchrony doesn't only happen when things feel good. Research shows that even in stressful or anxious situations, parents and children can still become aligned and influence each other. So, what really matters is not just being in sync, but what kind of emotion you are sharing in that moment. Another key point is that this connection isn't created in a single moment. It develops over repeated interactions. The child sends a signal, the parent responds, and then the child responds again. As this back and forth builds up, a relational rhythm begins to form. The study especially emphasizes something called sensitive responsiveness. This means how quickly, appropriately, and consistently a parent responds to a child's signals. And the key here is not perfection. It's the ongoing effort to tune in. So, why do we often miss these moments of connection? One of the biggest reasons is parental stress. When parents are exhausted and overwhelmed, it becomes harder to notice our child's subtle signals. As a result, the child may express themselves more strongly, and we may interpret that as a problem behavior, creating a negative cycle. But here's an important point. Stress doesn't always lead to negative outcomes. When families go through challenges together and try to understand each other, their relationship can actually grow stronger. So the goal isn't to eliminate stress completely, but to stay connected even in those moments. Then, what can we do in our daily lives? First, try to match your child's pace. Let them finish what they're saying without interrupting and follow the flow of their actions. That alone can deepen your connection. Second, respond to your child's signals. When your child says, "Mom, look," a brief, immediate response can make them feel strongly connected. Third, reflect their emotions. Simple phrases like, "That must have made you happy," or "That must have been upsetting," help align your emotional states. And finally, try activities that build a shared rhythm, like passing a ball back and forth, clapping together, or singing the same song. Even simple activities like these can strengthen synchrony. None of this requires special skills. It's really about stepping into your child's flow even for a moment. It's not about being perfectly in sync, but about the willingness to try. Sometimes we miss it. Sometimes we fall out of sync. That's completely natural. What matters is turning back and trying to respond again. So tonight, why not start with something small? Maybe place a single block together or listen to your child a little more without interrupting. What matters is not how fast you respond, but how well you tune into your child's signals. As these small moments repeat, your child begins to feel understood. And over time, these experiences build a stable rhythm in your relationship. That rhythm becomes a strong foundation for your child's emotional development and their ability to form healthy relationships. If you think this video was helpful, please like and subscribe.